guys, welcome back to another episode of Coog Cinema Reviews. I'm Megan.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jody, and today we'll be reviewing Bottoms.
I want that trophy.
Bottoms is a 2023 high school comedy where unpopular best friends PJ and Josie start a high school fight club to hook up with hot girls. Emma Seligman directs this queer romp starring Iowa Debris and Rachel Sennett.
What was y'all's favorite scene in the movie?
The fight scene.
The last fight scene was amazing.
It was so like out of nowhere to have this like at least to me, like this just amazing full on out like bloody fight scene. It was crazy, and I feel like it was so well done.
Yeah, I think after that, the ending scene where it was panning out, and they were all just like happy dancing, and I was like, y'all just killed a bunch of football players.
And they're all like dead, like face planted on the ground, like full dead.
But
yeah,
it was so cool. I really loved it because you got to see like each individual character and like what they were doing. I thought that was so super cute.
Mm-hmm. I think mine was probably the makeout scene between Josie and Isabel. It's because I mean that was the goal. I guess how she went about it was not great, but I guess like towards the end, it kind of alleviated some of that guilt because like Isabel at the end, she was like, I would have like said yes to going out with you even like if you hadn't have lied in the first place.
I also just like that part in the scene you said when Josie's like running around a room and like hiding the weird clown dolls and like throwing her weird jackets around. I was like, oh my God,
I remember that.
That's so me. It was so good.
Yeah.
Just her hiding. Yeah, the weird little like clown bauble. I was like, oh yeah, I want that.
What's your favorite performance?
I think my favorite performance was Io Edebiri. She played Jody or Josie? Josie. Okay. I just felt like she brought like a really unique charm to the role. I like the fact that they kept the characters just like very like authentic. Also, I just feel like the chemistry between Io Edebiri and Rachel Sennett. I just thought they just worked really well together.
On-screen chemistry is so important, especially in movies like this. And I really feel like that they both managed to capture that essence of like the quirky like Gen Z teenager. I think they both were just phenomenal in the movie.
About the teenager thing, this is like one movie that I feel like really is like, oh, you can look at them and be like, oh, those are teenagers. You know, yeah. I think a lot of movies it's like, they look like they're 30 and they're talking like they're 30. But I feel like this was really like, this is a conversation I would have with my friends, like 100%. So I think that was like just amazing between the two of them and everyone else as well.
And I think it also goes back to the clothes too. They dressed like teenagers.
I love their clothes.
I love their clothes. I also love how they were kind of matching too. I don't know if y'all noticed, but they were matching. I thought that was so cute. But yeah, that was really cool.
No, I think every single outfit in that movie, I was like, every time they'd go to a new day, I'd be like, oh, I want that. And I want that shirt. And that's cute too. Like, oh, I loved it. Every single outfit, I think, was amazing. We have not spoken about Jeff. We have not said a single thing about Jeff, and I feel like we have to talk about him.
What are your thoughts about Jeff?
I love him.
Really?
I do. I think he's hilarious. I had watched Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Oh yeah.
Right before I saw it, I was like, this is crazy. It was such a change, but I think it was amazing. And I think Jeff's really funny. I like every time he picks up Isabel and goes, I'm so strong.
I'm so strong.
I just thought he was really funny. And he obviously, I don't think he was a bad person.
Yeah.
Like everybody else, except for Hazel. But he was a bad person and I like him. I think he's cute.
Like he was a bad person, but like I like how the actor he was comedic with it. Mm-hmm. He took Jeff in a direction that I thought was super hilarious. Like the pineapple juice thing, like was like, okay, dude. He's just cute. I just liked him.
That was a football player. Did he date Hazel or not Isabel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you.
The one that slept with Hazel's mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember him.
What character did you resonate with the most?
I would say Isabel. I would say I resonate with her so well just because I totally understand like the frustrations and like the pressures of like being like out there and being like known. And I really also, because her wardrobe was so cute. Like I wanted all her dresses and like her hair clips and stuff. And I feel like the actress who played Isabel did such a good job at portraying her because we got to see more of Isabel too, not just like as this like upfront, like I guess quote unquote shallow character. But I feel like Isabel was someone that I could really resonate with in terms of like just being like just watching things, just being uncertain, but also knowing like what you want, but there's like an obstacle in the way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I really like the teacher. What, Mr. G, Mr. H, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. But I love the teacher. I don't think he's my favorite, but I feel like he needs to be mentioned because I feel like we haven't, but I just thought he was really funny and he felt very accurate to like high school history teacher who like cares but like doesn't care that much and is like, this feels really strange, but in middle school I had a like male history teacher who was also like going through a divorce, and it was like very crazy to be like, oh shit, yeah, that's kind of accurate. That's kind of like him, yeah. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
I think for me it was probably Josie, and also liked Isabel too. Josie because I just kind of like how like even though she dressed like as like a tomboy teenager. She still had a sweetness to her. Like she was just very like soft and just like seemed like a really genuine person. And I feel like oftentimes in like lesbian films, when a character is dressed in like, you know, more masculine clothing, they have to like put on this like masculine macho persona, and that just wasn't the case in the movie. So that was cool to see, especially like as a woman of color who is also queer. And Isabel, I liked Isabel just because she was stunning, and she was actually she's a really good actress in my opinion too.
I gotta say, decided favorite character, it's Hazel. I love Hazel.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I love Hazel so fucking much. She's so cute and adorable, and I related to her so much of like she was telling them all of these things and they just wouldn't listen to her, and it was so like crushing to see her just like her face just like droop and it was Hazel's my favorite. Hazel's my favorite.
I don't know if you noticed, but like throughout the movie you can tell when Hazel liked PJ. Or it was PJ, right?
Yeah.
It was PJ.
Oh, really?
You could kind of tell because the way that she would look at PJ, it's like, yeah.
Didn't they kiss at the end?
They did kiss at the end.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice like that they had like something going on, like, or that she liked her or anything like that.
Because it was one-sided initially, but you can tell like Hazel did, like there was a certain look that she would give to PJ, and the way that she would act towards PJ, it was like, yeah, like
interesting.
I love Hazel. She was definitely the MVP of the movie.
Hazel was amazing. Yeah.
What about that girl who like kept yelling something? What was
was it screaming?
She's like, yeah.
Oh, what's her name?
Like,
Sylvie.
something.
Her name's Sylvie. Yeah.
But she the one was like, I'm gonna
give us different. Yeah, that was her.
I was like, oh.
She was yelling something like "Go feminism," or I don't even know. It was like something just like outrageous. It was funny. Yeah, slay. Yeah.
We were like, oh, okay. All right, more power to you.
Yeah.
No, but overall, I liked all the girls because one thing I will say about the movie too, I liked how each of the members in Fight Club were like distinct too. They all had their own different personalities.
True.
And they all saw in some unique way. Like you had the smart one, the funny one, the reliable one.
The gay Republican.
The gay Republican.
She wasn't gay, she was black. I don't know why I said that.
The black Republican.
Like you had different ones, and it was great.
It did make me sad because you see this a lot in like the high school college-y movies, like in Pitch Perfect, you know, like half of the a cappella group, you don't know who they are, you know? And I like in this movie, you get a little bit of all of them and they each at least have a line, which was really cool that you could be like, oh yeah, like I connect with at least all of them in some sort of way. And there's no one that's like left out and just like carried around, you know?
True.
I like that.
For sure.
Could you see this movie being a classic?
I think so.
I think so.
Right? I feel like it has staying power.
No, for sure. It has the same energy as like it's in the same pool as like But I'm a Cheerleader. It's with the same pool. Like the jokes would never go out of style. I feel like especially because the jokes were more related to Gen Z, and so I feel like as we get older, this is a movie that we can look back on and we're like, oh, that's still pretty funny. Or I can still quote that. Like similar to Mean Girls too, where you can still quote it. Because I like one thing about this movie, like I could tell, like I could quote some of these like quotes.
Yeah, I think it has staying power. Like I know, especially in the queer community. I know, but the movie, just because it's a queer movie doesn't mean like only queer people can watch it. But I know, especially in the queer community, it's kind of like reminds me of like a Jennifer's Body, but I guess better. But towards the end, when they start like killing all the football players, and it just becomes kind of a bit of like absurd in a sense, and gets a little crazy. It's kind of like a pop culture kind of movie, I would say.
Definitely pop culture. Definitely gonna go down in the books, especially in the queer communities. It's something that like as a community we can like look back and we're like, yeah, that was great. It was really refreshing to see.
Do you think this is a good queer story, even though the characters are bad people?
They murder a football team. Like it's obviously not like it's not realistic.
It's not realistic. Like what they did, it was messed up. But that's okay. That's the point of the movie. Like at least at the end, they're able to like, sort of redeem themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think we would be thinking twice about it if it was just like a heterosexual movie, though. I mean, because the things that they did in the movie, like while like questionable, I mean, they're teenagers and boys do it in films all the time, trying to get the girl and doing questionable things to get the girl. I think queer movies should be able to have the same freedom as like just heterosexual movies, and just talking about the queer experience, especially like in high school. I mean, I think the point of coming of age movies is just like to show the evolution of like, okay, I probably did this wrong, and this is how like I have changed or evolved.
Final thoughts. I would say overall, I love that this movie was from like the female perspective. I love that overall, and I love that it was written by women and for like the queer community, like for like women, girls, like the LGBTQ. I love that it was written like for that specific target audience, and I love how the overall message was like women can be strong, women can be raunchy, and that's okay. Like I love the overall message of it.
I feel like that was great.
It was amazing.
I think that was great.
I'm gonna rewatch it when I get home.
Yeah. No, I really liked the movie. I thought it was for what it was trying to do. I think it accomplished what it was trying to do. Nothing like too heavy, too dark. It was just supposed to be a lighthearted coming of age story about two horny teenagers trying to get their crushes. And so for what it was trying to do, I think it was great.
I'd give the movie a 4.75 because I don't believe any movie is perfectly 5 stars, but I feel like this is about as close as you can get because I love it.
I'd say like a 4.5 stars.
I'll give it like a 4.3.
I like that. Once again, this was another episode of Coog Cinema Reviews. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm Megan.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Jody. We'll see you next time. Bye.